Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I really want to answer the question, is the LEGO Playscale AT-AT an alternative to the UCS AT-AT? Obviously the main difference is the price, and we're going to be getting into all that in this video, but the set is just called the AT-AT, and it's set 75288. The set is rated 10 plus, and it comes with 1,267 pieces. This set did come out in 2020, so on the bottom left it says 40th anniversary of The Empire Strikes Back, since The Empire Strikes Back came out in 1980. And just a quick fact, AT-AT actually stands for All-Terrain Armored Transport. The set comes with 6 really great minifigures from the Battle of Hoth, and the box art in the background looks really beautiful. I really enjoy it. We got a bunch of really cool play features displayed around, and I'm really excited for this set. I'm just hoping and praying that this set will fit in one of my cubbies down there so I can put it next to my snow speeder. I'm just hoping it's not too tall, but if not, I'll have to put it on the top shelf. But we can cut through our tape. Easy. Let's see what's inside. Okay, got a bunch of bags here. So here it is, everything you get in the set. Here is the instruction manual, which looks really nice. But without further ado, I'm going to build this puppy up. Literally. It's in the shape of a dog. First up, we do have Luke Skywalker in his orange jumpsuit, which he wears in the Snowspeeder and the X-Wing. At this point, LEGO's pretty much perfected this type of minifigure. They've got it all pretty much down really good. I did notice that in the Battle of Hoth, Luke Skywalker had white gloves, not black gloves, so I do not know why LEGO has decided to go with black here, but I did notice in previous renditions of this minifigure, he did have white, so I'm not 100% sure why LEGO has switched over. He comes with a blue lightsaber accessory and a thermal detonator which he can throw into the AT-AT. On the back there is more nice printing, and the other face does show through under the helmet, which is a bit unfortunate, but it looks fine. I think you could just pretend it to be a strap. The Rebel helmet is really nicely molded. Under the helmet you will find 2 faces, one where the visor is down and he's just smiling, and on the back he's kind of chuckling with the visor up. Here's the Snow Trooper, who is actually included twice in the set. This minifigure is really good and I love all the nice little printing. I'm not 100% sure why LEGO chose this brownish tan color for the hands. It looks a little bit off, but the printing on the torso and hips and legs all looks really nice and continuous. He obviously comes with one standard LEGO gun. Under the helmet you will not find an angry clone face, which I really love, and the other minifigure has this facial expression right here. The AT-AT driver is in the sand blue color and light gray, which I think comes together really nicely. The back printing is fine and dandy, and then on the front there's more printing on the hips again, and it all looks very continuous. He comes with just a smaller pistol, which makes sense because he's not like on the ground shooting people. I never understood why LEGO had this mold where it's kind of open on the back. I always thought that kind of looked really weird. But there's a bunch of nice accurate printing on there, which I really like. There's one of the faces, and then here's the other one. So none of the kind of trooper minifigures in this set share faces, which I think is really great that LEGO is able to achieve. Finally, we have General Veers, who is a really nice minifigure. He comes with this kind of binocular Star Wars piece, which I really like. No leg printing, unfortunately, but his torso printing looks very Imperial-like. Then on the back, you're going to find some more Imperial printing. The helmet mold is in this nice sand blue color. Then on the top, there's kind of like sunglasses with some nice like highlights in there. There's what it looks like on the back. 2 faces with this nice little microphone on there. That one's definitely serious, and this one's laughing. These minifigs are very similar to what you will be getting in the UCS AT-AT. So for that reason, they're about at a tie here. The AT-AT or the UCS AT-AT does provide a couple more snow troopers, I would believe, but they're very similar. The Playscale AT-AT is holding strong. The side builds is just a simple cannon and then a snow trooper speeder. The cannon is very brick built and uses a lot of unconventional parts here, like this roller skate piece right here. I think this is actually a BB-8 head right there. There's also like a candlestick piece and then of course a lightsaber. You can take your snow trooper, hook them up right there, then boom, he's ready to fire at some rebel scum. The speeder is also simple but effective. There's just kind of like these white highlights throughout. I like the use of the megaphone piece right here, and I like how they kind of have these pedals down there which can move around if you would like. You can of course take a snow trooper, plop him into that seat, and you can attach him to the handlebars. Also, I noticed if you just want to take your snow trooper out, you will see if you just pull on him, a lot of times the handle will come with it, so that's a bit of an unfortunate thing. There's kind of a poor connection between there and there. It's just a clip, so I don't really know much more LEGO could do, but it's still unfortunate. Man, this set is a monster, and I love every bit of this thing. It is enormous. It's got these really long legs, really enormous body, and then there's actually an interior in the head. I'm going to start off with some of the paneling Lego has done on the side of the at. Looks really nice. They've mixed in like tiles and plates there, so it's not just this one monotonous look of either tiles or plates. I'm assuming this could be some sort of ladder right there, or it could just be like some sort of grill vent. I'm not 100% sure. There are some gaps you will notice, but with Lego it's really hard to get a 100% no gap look. I really like this little build right here. It's kind of got this like little grill thing, which I think looks really nice. The legs also have some nice detailing, which I appreciate, but funny story. So I was just building my set, you know, having a grand old time, and then I get to bag 7. This is where it starts to get weird. I noticed that this piece right here was included in the bag, and I was wondering, there's only one of this piece. Where is this piece gonna fit into the set? So it turns out it doesn't. It was a piece that was included instead of this piece right here. So instead of getting that piece right there, I got this weird blue piece. So fortunately, I had an extra one of those slopes in my collection, so I was able to finish the set, but it's just a weird thing how that can happen sometimes. I'm sure it's like 1 in 10,000 AT-ATs that this actually happens, but at least I got an extra cool piece. And I'm always gonna be able to remember this build for that. But the feet have a really nice design, which I really appreciate. On the underside of the legs, though, I do wish there was some sort of paneling because the Technic doesn't look great. One of my favorite features of the set, though, is you can actually bend the legs in many different poses, and you can work with it if you want to get the exact pose you want, but you know, you can bend them around, get some nice real poses there. These are kind of like ratcheted hinge pieces, and this is kind of just like free floating, so it will go in any way. It is hard to get to an exact pose you like, but if you play with it a bit, it will be pretty nice. But sometimes if you spread them too far, he'll kind of like get like he's on ice and he'll start sliding around and then fall over. So you definitely don't want to do that. Just make sure you're always supporting him until you know for sure he's not going to fall. Speaking of support, I would recommend picking him up right under there, not from the head, not from the legs, not from the top. You can support from the top, but just make sure you always got the bottom, and then you'll be fine and good to go. Another feature which you will remember from the Battle of Hoth is this actual little grappling hook right there. You can just hook it to Luke Skywalker. Since he has his thermal detonator, he can throw it up, and 2, there's a little thing under there which you can open, and then you can pretend to throw it up in there. I will show you how you lower this and raise this in a second, but I think this is a really nice feature, which I don't believe was in any AT-ATs before this. But the hatch you can open, throw your detonator in, and watch her blow. As we move into the interior, you will notice we will be able to open this flap right here, and then there's this little like thing that you can turn, which will raise and lower you, Luke Skywalker. Kind of takes a while if you want to get it somewhere, but it will work in the end. There's what it looks like. All these flaps can move around in the slightest bit if you would like to get some sort of articulation there. In the rear, you can actually open this flap right there and push that down, which will reveal another little feature. You can take your snow speeder and store it right in there, which is a nice bit of storage if you do not want to just have your snow speeder out. Then even more interior, we can actually take this whole panel right here and flip it up. You can actually do it on the other side if you'd like as well. Inside there's more seats for your snow troopers if they need to like take a break because it's too hard. You can see this little string right here is actually what's holding Luke Skywalker. Then there's actually more storage right there. On the other side it's much of the same, except there's only 2 seats and this little like peg right here where you can actually put the cannon and it will be stored right there. This AT-AT can actually hold everything included in the set inside of itself, whether it be in the body or the head. So say if you wanted to take it to like the mountains or the desert or lake, you just slip it in your backpack and nothing will get lost. Yeah, I really wouldn't recommend taking this places, but you can close the flaps down just like that and you're good to go. I'm just noticing that closing these flaps down is kind of hard because it keeps running into the cannon right there. I'm wondering if there's a different way you have to put it because this really isn't working. I wonder if you flip it around, you might have more success. Yes, I had it in there wrong. All you have to do is flip it around and then it will close up all the way. On the exterior of the head, you have some nice paneling and guns and stuff. I kind of think this looks like the eye of like some sort of chameleon or maybe a bug, I don't know. But it can swivel all around, which is really nice if you want to get some nice poses. I do wish this piece right here was actually red though, because that would make it a bit more accurate. So you can easily switch this out if you would like, but just a little inaccuracy, which I think would be really easy for Lego to fix. There's also some spring-loaded shooters hidden up in here, which you can fire off just like that. See, pretty easy. I love how Lego's designed it the way that they're not all out in the open, and like if you want to use them, you can use them, but it doesn't affect the display of the set. The neck is one of the ugliest parts of the set, but to get the swivel right here, they did have to sacrifice some displayability there because it just looks a little bit plain, but it gets the job done for what you really need it to do. On the top of the head, there's a nice bit of detailing which can actually open up just like that, revealing a very, very small interior. It's pretty hard to get 3 minifigs in here, but it is possible. I would like to point out these printed pieces right there and there. There's actually 4 of them first. They're really nice detail. So now here's what I do to get all the minifigs in here. First, I open these flaps and then open that flap right there so it's a bit more open. I think putting general veers in first would be our best option. Then we can try to fit in the drivers. That is very cramped, but then you're gonna wanna clamp these 2 in just like that, then put that one in. Then close down the hatch. You're all good to go. All in all, this is the best affordable AT-AT available right now. I mean, obviously it will not stand up to the UCS AT-AT, but it definitely is really good for that price. This is a pretty massive build for $160. It's about the size of a small dog. The minifigures are excellent in what you would expect. Side builds are good. Obviously, if you have the money to go for the UX AT-AT, I would definitely recommend it. UX is just short for UCS. But this is a really great substitute and will look really good in your Hoth display. Not to mention that building mocks around the set will be a whole lot easier than building mocks around the UCS AT-AT. I mean, if you're building mocks around the UCS AT-AT, then I mean, you must have a lot of Lego. This is a solid 9.5 set for me. Very little complaints here, so be sure to hit the like button and also hit the subscribe button. With that, I'll see you in the next video.